We begin in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful.
Left on Red Guided Instead is brought to you by Ottawa Muslim Youth Club.
In this episode, we dive into the everyday clashes between parents and youth, chores, curfews, and the never-ending list of no's. Why do parents set so many rules? Are they just being strict, or is there more behind it? Tune in as we unpack both sides of the story and explore how families can better understand each other.
Left on red, got it instead. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Mustafa, and I'm your host for today. My name is Ishan, and we're your co-hosts, of course. And today's topic is chores, curfews, and complaints. And also, I want to welcome two members here. We have Moulana, which is a very good scholar here. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Mustafa. My name is Syed Zafar Zaidi, and I'm really happy to be with you people. Thank you.
And we have a very special member of our youth community. Would you like to say something?
My name is Suleiman. It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, today's topic is chores, curfews, and complaints. So, parents often say no out of concern for their children's well-being and upbringing. In Islam, parents are highly respected and their advice and rules are taken seriously. Children are encouraged to be patient and obedient, but also to communicate respectfully. Do you have anything to add to that?
I feel like communication has to be respectful, especially with parents and like your elders in general, right? As like they're like, hate to say this, but like a higher power than you, right? But like they're higher than you on the tier list, and you just have to show them respect. Of course, that's my like view on it.
Of course, I completely agree with that. Moulana, do you have anything to add?
Of course, parents' love towards their children is a divine mercy, and their discipline is a wisdom, according to the light of tradition. So, our parents and their attitude and their love and their wisdom is like, you can say, manifestation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this earth. So it's very important that if really we are having a good parents.
Of course.
I would like to add that I find that sometimes my parents, they nag a lot. They complain about things I do, and they say no to a lot of things I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it annoys me. But after looking in or analyzing the situation a bit more, I realized that there is something behind it all.
Yeah.
Like a proper reason behind it. Like, for example, at night, I'm not allowed to leave the house when it's dark. Sometimes I want to go take a walk, like cool off with the nice weather, but I'm not allowed. And interestingly, a couple days after she said that, there was coyote sightings in our neighborhood. So it ended up being for the best.
So I feel like the rules parents set may be like difficult and seem like a punishment at the time, but they're really just to protect you. And once you realize that, you'll appreciate your parents a lot more and like what they do for you, because their main goal is to protect you and to keep you safe. So I feel like their rules may seem tough at the time, but like once you go further and you actually realize what they're doing, and be like a lot better. Accept. Of course, I also feel like what they give you, like their rules, it's always very hard for you to like cooperate with, but you just have to you have to listen to them, because at the end of the day, they're your elders, and you have to always respect your elders. And yeah, I just feel like even though it's hard for you, like, here, let me give you an example. So I was asking my parents to go out. I was asking my dad, I was like, can I go outside to my friend's house and whatever? And he said no, just straight up no. And I was like, why? He just said no. And it was dark outside, right? Because it was after iftar. So he said no, and I was really frustrated at the moment. But then after, I just started to realize it's okay. I have a lot of other chances to go outside anyways. and it's better to just respect my parents. Do you have anything to add, Moulana?
Yes, I think we should go through like somehow emotionally because and find the solution why it is happening in our day-to-day life. Because you look your parents, we look our parents, other than us. Like I myself, and then my parents. But our parents, they look ourselves as if they are. So that's why they are really concerned. They set lots of boundaries for us. Why? Because they like for us the best things. So that's why, as if they see as if they are, in ourselves. That's why they have so many do's and don'ts that so you cannot go beyond the boundary and you will not harm yourself. That's why. Otherwise, sometimes people they get it's really negative that why our parents they are having lots of boundaries and barriers for us.
Yeah.
Of course, this is very natural, and everything is goes to like a safety concern and making you a better person in a family. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I feel like what really sets it off is like our generational gap, right? That's like our society today and like our youth today are much like different than the society in their generation, right? So I feel like that sets a gap and it like leads to some misunderstandings verbally, like emotionally, like just in general, right? It leads to like some miscommunications, some misunderstandings, right? And I feel like clearing that up with your parents and having it in like a balanced way would be a good idea. Like,
Yeah, of course, a gap. There is a gap, but gap in not in approaches and values. Like for example, okay, the back to 50 years ago, the sports was different, but today there are lots of sports, and so for example, some sports are really not good for our health or something. Sports, in a sense, some activities. So parents they are concerned that if you involve in that activities, for example, it would be harmful for you, and that's why they did. But if you look, no, this is the modern approach today. Is this? For let's say I give you an example, playing lots of video games. So it is today's today's a very common fashion. But back to our parents' age, they were not having lots of video games. So you think that they are irritated because they were not having, and today we have. This is not the issue because they know that you are gonna having lots of screen time, and that's gonna affect your eyesight, your mind, your sleep time. That's why they. So I think in this way. Otherwise, yeah, somehow parents are sometimes they do more that we have to control, of course. But most of the time parents are concerned because they want to. We have a disciplined life.
yeah, I feel like people with like more like unstrict parents lead to like, no, like there's a saying that goes strict parents lead to sneaky kids, which I don't fully believe, but in a way I do believe it. But then there's also like non-strict parents also lead to sneaky kids. Like they can trespass, do stuff like that, steal, like that sort of stuff, because their parents won't care at the end of the day.
May I add something? I know a lot of people who have like softer parents, like parents that don't really care about what they do, let them go free.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a big difference in like the way they act. They're like a lot more wild, you could say, or like they do like whatever they want and
Whenever they want.
and it usually ends up causing problems. Like at school, like I find the softer parented kids, they can be a lot more like, I don't know, arrogant. It's not the case.
Again, it's a good word. Yeah.
It's not the case for all of them, but like I feel like they're like arrogant and entitled a bit.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
If we go through the our system, like children, they have, if you divide their life, for example, what's according to Islam, first 7 years is like a king life. Second phase of 7 to 14 years is like a slave, and the third phase is from you say 14 to 21 is like a minister. Islam says you deal your children in this way. So first 7 years, children they don't understand. Whatever you say, you shout at them, you tell them, they cannot understand. That's why we should not waste our energy. That okay, you do this or you don't do that. But second phase is really very crucial. High school students, how it is somehow dangerous in the environment outside. So that's why this part is more scary, and that's why parents, they are more concerned in this phase. So we should understand even psychologically that this age is lots of peer pressure, lots of friends. We make lots of friends. So that's why parents are more concerned in this time. Another phase is really that missing in our life. That we always request and appreciate our parents if you deal your kids in third phase as a minister, as an advisor, as your friend, as your you share your things. That is a very good solution, you can say, somehow to balance this boundaries or things. Like sometimes kids, they feel annoying, like why my parents are again and again stopping me and asking me not to do this thing.
Like I feel like I feel like if you look like at our youth today, right? And you look how they like go to their parents and do that stuff, I feel like our parents see the stuff that we're missing. And to be honest, I don't like really like see that. But I understand it, but I don't see it. But like they see the things that we're missing. And like I feel like we should go off their word. Because let's say for us as youth, right, let's say, oh, I want to go to this, let's say stuff for a party, right? Okay. My parents would be like, oh, but some kids aren't. Oh, like some kids aren't as proper as, let's say, your friends or that, right? And they may not be like doing the right stuff at that party, so I don't think you should go. We might not think that, and we might think, oh, no, it'll be fine, right? But like they're really seeing the stuff that we don't see. And like that's really important to like somehow realize that. I don't. Like, to be honest, I don't see it at all. Like, I feel like it's a good thing and I should start trying to see it. But Momo, do you have any like experience with like, let's say...
Wait. You're saying that your parents? You're saying that if your parents said not to go to the party, you'd still go?
No. Wait, I'm saying
You don't see it, right?
you go to parties?
No, I don't go to parties. Say, what? You say, can we stay on topic, please? Back to the topic. So I feel like strict and non-strict parents all depends on their childhood. Like, let's say, my dad is really strict because maybe back in the day where his neighborhood. Why are you laughing? Back in the day, like his neighborhood, like it was like there was like kidnappers and whatever. Because in foreign countries, there's always like some sort of like weird things going on.
So you're saying only
Just stop.
so you're saying only foreign parents are strict?
No.
Yeah, that's what you just said.
No.
Oh, because in foreign
All
countries
parents,
there's
doesn't matter.
kidnappers.
For most Muslims,
So this is let me tell you the truth is that, for example, if Ishan, if your younger brother, he is just 2 years old, he asks you, can you give me a knife? Would you give him knife?
Depends on what he needs it for.
Like that this child is not suitable for holding knife, for example. Though he is crying, he is saying lots, requesting you again and again. Do you do that? No, never ever. You teach me exactly. So many times our parents, they know that this age, your age is really crucial, sensitive, so they don't allow you for certain things because they know that is gonna, harm your future life. I mean, but you, because of the peer pressure, you cannot understand that. So this is the case. Otherwise, like you gave the example of parties or somehow, yeah. Sulaiman.
I find it difficult. Sometimes I find it difficult for my parents. I look at some of the things their parents say, maybe because they were bred in a different like culture, but I find it hard to believe that things like, mixing an egg and a banana in a blender is gonna kill you. But
That's a real thing.
that's our real it's yeah. So like sometimes I feel like if you have like a somewhat a solid judgment, you can tell the difference between things that are probably like fabricated information versus like what like the parents' proper guidance is.
Mhm.
But I think overall we should probably stick to like we should follow their advice. It's usually for the better.
I feel like in this like conversation we've talked a lot about curfews, and we forgot about the other part of the like title, the chores part. Like so, like discipline with your parents and that sort of stuff. We haven't really talked about that and like how you should be helping out around the house.
Well,
So I feel like
with the last 5 minutes that we have, I'll do a little like summary real quick.
how about we start on that because we haven't talked. I just said I would. Okay.
Oh, you ready?
Summary, of course. So basically, the chores, like, let me give you a quick example. Like, let's say your parents go up to you, they go, "Oh, clean your room. Oh, this room is a mess. Oh, blah blah blah." Even like, no matter how they say it, you have to like obey them. Like, let's say you go, "Oh, I'll do it in 15 minutes." Let's keep it. So like, you don't clean your room.
I do clean my room. Did I say I did it?
You said I'll do it in 15 minutes, and then you're just
So yeah, let's say, "Oh, I'll do it in 15 minutes." They go, "No, do it now." That's what they would say, right? And they're like strict. If they weren't strict, they'd be like, "Okay."
so your parents, right?
Huh? My parents are strict. So they'd be like, "Oh, do it now." And you have to obey them, no matter how they say it, no matter
Like
what.
you have to obey your master.
You're going too off topic here. Please stay on topic, Ishan.
Explain how I'm going off topic.
But Ishan, I know that those parents, they are really tough and hard. They are more loving even. Is it true?
Exactly, it is because they're in the end they're just trying to teach you how to be disciplined, and they're gonna teach you how to put up with the real world. And it's for the better. It helps you overall for your like further endeavors. It's
So do you like the parents, they are more loving and at the same time they are, hard, or you like just careless parents? They don't care, then whatever, you're free and what?
I feel like it would be better if it was just in the middle. They're strict for some things, but
Exactly.
some things they're not careless.
That's like you're 75-25%.
75-25.
It's too much, less. It's 25. But you 25 means you're gonna...
He gets 75.
No, I get 50-50.
75.
You don't let them mess. God, you don't live with me. Okay. So, anyways, with the time we have left, I think we should do a little bit of a wrap up. No, you mean no? Wrap up, please, Tisha.
No. Okay. So I feel like this has been a really keen topic, and like chores and like discipline, it all like corresponds to our parents and like strictness, discipline. So I feel like you should be disciplined and have respect for your parents, and for the parents out there. I feel like you should give your children a little giveaway, because keeping them trapped isn't like a good idea.
And don't imprison them, but at the same time, don't imprison them. Oh, don't let them like roam the streets like freely every single day. You know? So do you have like an opinion on this? Go ahead. I will kind of tying in with what Ishan said. Not giving not giving complete freedom, but also not like locking them in is pretty important, because if you lock your child in too much, it'll probably end up making them like sneaky, try to like find loopholes, find ways to do things when they shouldn't be doing them. And also giving them too much freedom might make
children like that,
or might make them entitled, like that's an attribute that we shouldn't have as Muslim.
Of course. And what about you, Mullah?
Yeah, of course. But at the end, Islam says that we have to obey our parents, especially in things which is not haram. But if they ask anything which is not, asked to be, an Islamic rules, then we are not entitled to fulfill and follow. But other things, we have to follow them anyhow, because, of course, they are our parents and they have sacrificed their lives, sacrificing even, They are doing lots of work for us, so we try to understand. But of course, we should always be understanding parents. That would be the very good thing for our parents. If they are understanding, that can solve lots of issues. Yeah.
I feel like it also corresponds to the appreciation of like your parents, because you're at the end of the day, you're not the only one doing work in the house or like chores and stuff. Your parents do a lot and work and cook and take care of you, like all that. So like I feel like parent appreciation should be like recognized as well. So
We have Parents' Day, Father's Day and Mother's. So you can do that.
that's one day out of the
Yeah.
years. Of course. Now you should appreciate your parents every day. Yeah. So anyways, would you like to give a conclusion? No, that was our conclusion. Now listen, it was more like a pointer, but it was supposed to be our conclusion. But okay. We made it, Anyways, I'm your co-host Mustafa Syed, and I'm Ishan. We have our two guests here.
So my name is Suleiman. Thank you for having me.
Ali Zafar Zaidi, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Left on red, got it instead.